Hi everyone, I'm here at the law offices of Cameron Yadidi, and I've been promised an actual tour where I get to meet the team that does all of the magic behind personal injury in helping all of their clients not only advocate but win so many cases. So we get to not only get a tour today, but we'll be talking with the one and only Cameron Yadidi. How are you? It's so nice to see you again.
Thank you. Welcome to our office. Hello everyone. And
we've been promised a tour, so
the tour it is. Let's go on. Well,
Yes.
let's start from here.
We are in Sherman Oaks, I'll add.
This is our Sherman Oaks office.
And you have many other offices as well,
Correct. We have Glendale, Woodland Hills, Beverly Hills, and Irvine.
Okay.
So as you walk in, our reception, our conference room, this is where we do some of our
All the
depositions and really doing the great work with the insurance companies. And when we bring them here and asking them questions about what we do and what we don't do, we usually actually record. We have a video. We record most of our depositions when we bring a witness here. So make sure at the time of trial, we can show the videos, not only just read off of a transcript.
Sure,
so we
a
are
lot
very
takes place in here.
Of technologies all the way.
Wow, yes, definitely.
And that's our reception area.
Oh, it's very comfortable.
Yeah,
I saw chocolates on the table.
Some chocolates
I'm already,
there too.
I'm already feeling quite at home. Oh, this is lovely. And
Yes.
this is where I'm sure all your clients just
It's very
wait
homey and very comfortable with our
Yes.
clientele. They come and wait for us.
Yeah, I feel like you walk into a home. I like
It is
that. It's
actually. We
great.
try to make it as homey as possible.
Well, in fact, when clients are so stressed coming to you with these things, I'm sure that, they want to feel a little bit comfortable in their atmosphere. You don't want to be in a kind of a tense environment. So,
Correct.
yes, definitely.
That's our beautiful receptionist,
Hello,
our
nice to
reception
meet you.
area.
Very nice.
That's Lucy.
Hi,
And
Lucy.
let's go into our war room.
So this is the team here behind all the magic.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
we have
Up and
8,000 square feet of powerful teams running through these offices.
yes.
On this side, we have all of our case workers. We've got case managers who are adjusters dealing with the insurance companies.
Okay.
On this side, we have all of our attorneys and managers. Mr. Teddy is here, who
Hello.
is our office manager.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to
Thank
meet
you for having us.
And we got all of our case managers here that, they have their own private offices meeting with their clientele.
Sure. Sure.
And our attorneys, my partner Isaac.
That's quite a bit
is
of
here.
files.
Hi, Isaac. Isaac
are
Radnia
busy.
is my partner.
You're
one of
a
the
busy
best
man.
lawyers and trial lawyers. Our other partner here, Mr. Tamari, is here, another attorney of
Hello.
ours.
So many files. So many
Oh,
things.
we
So
have
busy.
a huge team. It's Jennifer, one of our case managers too.
That's wonderful.
And this is our first floor where we do most of the pre-litigation. So we have a team of 4 lawyers and staff of about 10 case managers who are actually directly in touch with insurance companies and clientele.
Gotcha.
So let's go upstairs where the war zone is,
Sure.
because that's where we do the litigation against the insurance companies and make sure they really pay what's just and reasonable to our clientele.
That's right. So I like this whole idea of war zone. I know because you fought so many battles with insurance companies and advocated for your clients so much. So I'm curious to know what this war zone actually looks like.
Well, war zone, we mean litigation department that actually attacks the insurance companies when we file a lawsuit against them.
Okay.
And in our second story of our office building, our beautiful office
It is
building, I
really
believe.
beautiful here. It
Yeah, we
is.
have all of our paralegals, so all litigation paralegals and our litigation attorneys with years and years of experience. That's Craig Racone with 35
Hello.
years of experience.
Wow. So much experience under one
got
roof.
Our paralegals here, that's Ms. Romita,
Hello.
Kathy Patterson, our litigation manager,
Hello.
and that's Bernard Thalheimer, our office managing attorney with 35 years experience.
Gosh, so much wisdom under
Right.
one roof. This is great.
And we are heading towards my office. And
Okay.
this is where we go to,
The actual
my
war
office.
zone,
So
okay.
if you look back here, you will see that our litigation department, we got all paralegals here and all lawyers on this side.
Gosh, okay.
And this is where we actually launch a huge fight against insurance companies. Let's go to
Big
my office.
team. This is incredible. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Oh, and your office is
And my office.
wonderful. Everything here is so stylish.
Well, we try.
Mr. Yadidi also has fabulous style. Now we know.
Well, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us
All right.
again. Mr. Yadidi, we have gotten to know, I have learned so much about personal injury. It's so interesting because you just hear it, oh, personal injury, and it can entail so much.
Right.
And I know in the past we've talked about, the insurance companies and what a challenge they can be to deal with. And if you don't know what you're doing, if you don't have that knack for it, to understanding what they're actually letting you know and what they're actually letting the clients know, and all of these things can be so tricky. And just walking through your office, it's a good feeling to know that there's this big team that's behind each and every client, each and every file, and that they're supported, that you have people with how many years of experience? I stopped counting after one was 35, the other one was 35, 20. I mean, it's
We have over
collectively.
over about 120, well,
Yeah.
more, 130 years of legal experience here
It's a
in this
lot.
office.
It's a lot. And this is just this location.
Yes.
Yeah, so there's locations in Glendale, there are other locations in Southern California. But in talking more about the insurance companies, it's really interesting to see what type of cases you seem to have the more challenges with.
Right.
So I imagine there's a whole
What you
litany of them.
saw today is really a legal team that really stands behind every single case and file. It doesn't matter what size it is. It could be
Sure.
a soft tissue case or it could be a disability wrongful death case.
Right.
But what insurance companies really put up a fight with us because they know who we are and we don't need no trial experience with
Sure.
it. So they usually like to put up a fight on the cases that it's worth value.
Right.
They have large insurance policies and they really want to pick every corner to make sure all the corners are covered and all the
Sure.
answers are there for the managers to be able to sign a big check to my clients.
Right.
So bottom line is the type of insurance companies fight that we see out there mostly are related to cases that involve brain injuries,
Okay.
disabilities, wrongful death, amputations,
Okay.
and anything of substance that the disability is lifetime or somebody has lost his or her
Their
life.
actual life.
And if you really want to look into permanent injuries that we're talking about,
Right.
some people say, well, permanent injury is something involving someone losing a limb, someone losing a hand or
Sure.
leg. No, not really.
Right.
Serious injuries could involve if you have a disc injury on your neck and back, and you suffer for the rest of your life, and you have to keep on getting epidurals and pain medication and surgeries,
Right.
infusions. That's a big case.
Right.
It doesn't necessarily have to be a loss of a hand or a head or brain injury, no.
Sure.
Or on the other hand, if you have concussion after the accident, you can't think straight anymore, you can't manage yourself. I mean, I have many professionals, lawyers, doctors,
Sure.
pianists, musicians, singers, people after an accident, they find themselves not being able to do their daily
You're never
chores,
the
activities.
same.
They're not the same.
No,
and
never.
they don't know why they're forgetting things. They can't play their music as they used to, or the
Right.
doctor cannot do surgery as he used to.
That's long term.
Oh yeah, and then you look into it, and those are big cases that we fight because injuries are permanent and it's lifetime, and unfortunately, the body, the way it's constructed, once you put it through such trauma,
Right.
it can never recover back. It's very hard for a body to recover back to its original
Right, and
shape.
it will progressively get worse over time as we age and we don't recover the
Arthritis,
same,
right,
and
right.
sure.
See, there are things like shoulder tear or knee tear and surgeries that surgeries can handle, and you'll be okay getting
Right.
back on the road. I mean, you see basketball players or
Sure.
football players, they get tear all the time in their ankles, knee, and shoulders. But once you have a disc injury
Oh.
that's pressuring on your cord, and you
Yes.
feel the radiating pain running into your hands, to your legs, to your feet.
The tingling, the numbness.
Oh yeah, I
yes.
mean, that's something serious, and we have to look into it. But I do a lot of brain injury cases.
Okay.
I do a lot
These are
of
very
serious
severe,
injury
obviously.
cases, permanent disability cases. That's what I do.
Okay.
And those are the stuff that we bring experts. They call that life care planners.
Okay.
We have special people that we pay a lot of money, so they become the life care planner. They look into the patient or client and see what type of effect this has had on their life,
Sure.
and what needs he or she may have for the rest of the life, because we have life expectancy
care and
reports.
financial and all of the above, I take it.
Right.
Sure.
And women age right now, the average age group is about 78 to 80.
Okay.
Men age less because women bother them all the time. And I'm kidding.
It's true.
Yeah, but with that in mind, we have a age group that we have to look into the life care planning.
Sure.
And it could be millions.
Oh, absolutely.
And insurance companies are really scared of this type of actions. But before they write you that $1 million check,
Right.
they want to make sure that you have it all together.
Right.
As I said before, I had a case once that an 82-year-old man was ran over by a car.
Okay.
And the car that ran him over was a doctor. And my client, unfortunately, at age 82, the golden days of his life, he became disabled, and with brain injury, he ended up being in a nursing home for the rest of his life.
That's unfortunate.
And he couldn't move, and he was basically in a vegetable stage.
Oh.
And, we ended up getting about $5 million on that case for him.
Right.
But so what?
So what?
He's not enjoying the rest of his life. His children, grandchildren, even though the money went to the family for good cause
Right,
for him. But
right.
still, we look into that. And really, we go back to court and jurors and we tell them, look, people work hard to be able to have an easy life at the end.
And retire.
And enjoy and retire.
Sure.
And then somebody who's negligent who comes in and just runs it over and ruins the
that's it.
whole entire life, they got to pay.
All in one blink, your life could completely
Absolutely.
change.
So one of my personal specialties are serious injury cases.
Okay.
And I'm known for it.
All
and
right.
I'm very fortunate to have at least 24 to 25 lawyers right now referring their cases to us to handle for them for litigation purposes.
Okay. Because you're so specialized in this.
Because,
Yeah.
it's larger type cases. And
I imagine you're very passionate about these types of cases as well.
we get involved.
Yeah.
We get involved with our clients'
Good.
cases. We get involved with our clients' lives. It's very unfortunate to see a family that's been shattered as a result of an
Absolutely.
accident, and the breadwinner of the house cannot work anymore,
Right.
and they're getting their houses foreclosed because they can't work. The money's not coming in. Kids are unhappy. Wife is unhappy. They're going through divorce because of all this. So we try to bring it together and put it all together for the family and make sure we keep it in status quo. That means the life remain the same. So once we get the case, we find out if there's enough insurance and we can do what we have to do for them. We usually get some banks involved.
Okay.
And the banks come in and they put the client on a financial need basis. So
Okay.
every month they fund.
In a long-term type of thing.
And
whereas
then at the end, of course, we pay them back once the case settles. So it will just keep the family
steady.
together,
Right.
comfortable, steady, and make sure nothing changes, and gives time to the injured person to be able to actually go get the recovery he needs
Right.
or she needs.
Okay.
Because nowadays we see a lot of women are working, they're breadwinners, single
Sure.
moms, and they need help.
And this is something that affects, and we've noted this how many times. I mean, this is something that affects the entire family, children, spouses, even extended family,
Yes.
because you never know what you're doing. Your business, your everything that you worked so hard for could literally just go out the door
Split on a
like
second.
that. And it's very unfortunate, especially due to someone else's negligence.
So as a lawyer, we really have a job, excuse me, we really have a job to get involved on serious injury cases with our clients,
Right.
learn about their lives, learn about their needs, and be there for them.
Okay.
And the day that we go in front of a jury and we want to present a case, it really helps me
Sure.
to tell the jury, hey, I went there, I saw the way he was living, and I saw the way he needed help.
Right.
And I usually, when I go to their houses, I take a video person with me, a cameraman.
To videotape
To
it.
basically,
Show them.
videotape a day of life. We call it a day of life video of the person who is disabled from the time that he gets out of the bed, what he can do, what he can't do, the things his life goes. And on the highlights, we actually bring it into the court and show it to the juries, like, look at him. For instance, he put on the shoe different way, or different color
Couldn't
socks.
tie it or
And
whatever.
couldn't tie,
Yeah.
cannot bend, or
Can't
cannot
comb his
shower,
hair.
cannot comb, brush. Exactly. These are the stuff he needs help with.
Yeah.
And they understand.
And I don't know too many attorneys that actually go out of their way to go to your home and not only feel what you're feeling, but show that and really let everybody who is making the ultimate decision in this know this is what this person is actually going through. This is more than just dollars. This is more than just millions. This is a life.
It's a life.
And sometimes no million could even replace what you're doing, but but it can help support the children, the family, at least so they don't you don't lose everything that you've worked so hard.
Absolutely, and it's important.
Absolutely.
That's one of the biggest part of my job as the head lawyer for this law firm. That on serious injury cases, I must be in touch with my client. I must be able to tell them exactly, what they're facing, and have a one-on-one consultation with them and make sure they're comfortable. Now, there are times, unfortunately, that we can't help. For instance, big accidents happen, big injuries happen, and the other party does not have enough insurance or assets, and our client doesn't have enough insurance or asset himself. So there's nothing we can do. We're not magicians, we're lawyers. So,
right.
we can only do what we can do, but we try to get this thing quickly together so they understand their rights and what they're facing.
Right.
And that's my job, and that's what we do. And the team of lawyers you saw out there, and case managers and paralegals, they're all trained especially for this type of clientele and this type of cases. Settlement of cases is easy.
Right.
Any type of lawyer can settle any type of case.
Sure.
You can pick up the phone and say, Mr. Insurance, how much would you pay me? They could throw dollars at you here and there, and you settled.
Call it a day.
But the talent is to be able to get the maximum numbers out of them, and to be able to show them that this case is worth value. I had a case once, a lady comes here, and a lawyer was going to settle the case for $50,000 when the client needed surgery. And the lawyer would not let him have the surgery. It was a case of a homeless man that was ran over by Santa Monica Blue Bus, and the bus went over his leg. And he came to my office on a wheelchair and says, my lawyer is not letting me have my surgery, and he's telling me he can only give me $50,000 and I need help. And I said, oops, well, come on in. I looked at the case. I took on the case, same case. I put him under surgery. The good man started walking, doing his thing, and he was back into action, and we made sure he's no longer homeless. We got him a place to be comfortable and stay. And that's very same case, could have been settled easily for $50,000, but we put up a fight for 2 years in the court. That very same case settles for $1.5 million.
Which is why we call this the war zone, as
this
you
is the
all
war
know.
zone.
Right. And
we're the gladiators.
Yeah, we're the gladiators in the war, and I'm here amidst all the war zone business. So this is great, and it's truly admirable on how passionate not only you, Mr. Yadidi, but the entire team is in helping people. And we mentioned a little bit about wrongful death, and I'd love to talk about that when we come back from our short break. We'll be right back. And we're back here with Mr. Kamran Yadidi, the one and only, and I'm just really excited to be here. We've been talking a little bit about severe injuries and disabilities and the passion that this entire team has at the Yadidi Law Offices that it's just incredible. It's admirable. It's good to know that there are people who are advocating for the people, and it's really great. And all your years of experience that have come in handy, your track record for winning is really something. It's no wonder that this team is now in the top 1% in the nation. Just received the litigation award of 2015, which is incredible. That's congratulations to you.
Thank you. We're very excited.
You're the fearless leader. So in the war zone, the gladiators, I like it.
Yeah, we're all here together, and we share this award as a whole team.
Absolutely.
Nothing in this law firm is just me.
Right.
I have a fantastic team of lawyers and
yes,
staff,
we met them today on this tour.
Right, that are basically on my side and supporting my movements, and I appreciate it.
It's great to have that support, really, and it makes your job so much easier, and being able to be more effective and all of the above. In fact, if you haven't already visited the website, it's legaldefenders.com. Pretty easy, legaldefenders.com, or you can call the easiest phone number I've ever heard. It's 818-999-9999. You do not even need a pen or paper for that one.
It's 818 all nines.
All nines, basically. So you can't forget that one. Now, I know we spoke about some severe injuries. Now, a really tragic subject I'd like to go to, and I'm sure some of our viewers have had family members maybe that they've lost to a wrongful death. So what does that entail, sort of the definition of it from your point?
Wrongful death is a type of a cause of action we bring against an insurance company if someone loses his life. His or her life, I should say. And the family members of that person, children, spouse, parents, they could bring an action against the responsible party for losing a loved one for losing their life, support, society, love. That's what they call it. And we bring an action, it's a lawsuit, and people who are actually our plaintiff are the children, spouse, parents who could have standing to sue.
Not the person that's necessarily the one that's passed away, but
the people,
yes,
the heirs, they
the
call
heirs.
them. The heirs are the people that we can actually represent for wrongful death case, and they're larger size cases. Unfortunately, they are very tragic.
Sure, yes.
They are very emotional, especially if you're dealing with younger children. And either way, either young children pass away or parents pass away, the parents pass away. It's very difficult on either side. Just see them going through all this. It is basically the ultimate hurt that someone can experience as a result. Anger, hurt, upset. I mean, any word you want to put in.
The anger that they feel, I'm sure, losing a loved one.
We represented quite a few families in this regard. We've had quite a few motorcycle drivers who've been involved in wrongful death cases because, as you know, motorcycle accidents are much more serious than regular car accidents, and the injuries are substantial. And unfortunately, we see a lot of wrongful death cases in that regard. So the fighting for insurance companies is really not the paying amount, how much they have to pay. I've had cases where the insurance company come in with excuses saying, yes, we are responsible for it, for wrongful death of a person, but big portion of the death was because of the person's own negligence. For instance, we had a case once where the motorcyclist was zipping through cars at 100 miles per hour, and because of his speeding, the car that was trying to change lane did not see the motorcyclist, and they collide. He flew off, and unfortunately, he broke his neck and died instantaneously.
It's so tragic.
Oh, it is tragic. And the insurance company's excuse was, we want to pay, but let me tell you, if your case is worth, $5 million or $10 million, and it's so sad that we have to put a value on someone's life. I mean, we hate that.
I was going to say,
and it's so sad for the jurors to just sit there in the courtroom and say, how can we put a price on someone's life, the dollar figure? But guess what? This is our society. Unfortunately, accidents happen, when negligence happen, the only way that you get compensated for someone's life is by money. And that's what we have to tell the jurors or court or judges, that this is the way law works, and you got to compensate my clients for loss of somebody that they love, adore, and cherish. With that in mind, that motorcyclist passed away, and the insurance company was bringing up an excuse saying because he was speeding, it didn't give enough chance to their insured who was driving a car to see this motorcyclist in time, zipping through in and out of the cars, and they actually were successful based on the award they got. They received about 40% comparative liability in their favor. So we collected a lot of money. We collected millions on the case, but we could have collected much more because of the 40% discount due to speeding. We had to get less money. So it happens all the time. But yeah, wrongful death cases are serious, and we have handled quite a few of those all over California because I handle larger cases. They bring me in to handle larger cases anywhere from Northern California all the way down to San Diego. So yeah, on larger cases, I do travel and make sure that we have the right team in place, right team of experts, people, and evidence.
And I would imagine that these being the more challenging cases, maybe even more emotionally challenging for yourself.
It does.
With the passion that you carry for your clients, which a lot of professionals seem to lose over time, but it seems like it's maybe even like grown and
it hits home.
And
it hits home, and you really sit back and look at it. It's like, what if this had happened to me?
Or my family member.
It's devastating.
Absolutely.
So as a lawyer, we have to put ourselves in the client's shoe. But let's hope that nobody else will have this type of bad accidents.
Please be careful. And I'm sure while it's a challenge, it's also the bigger reward that you can, in knowing that you help those family members at least continue living without having to now worry about,
Right.
like you said, if it is the breadwinner of the
Right.
family, or if that main support system, or the caregiver, whomever it is, or the child,
Right.
at least they can be somewhat comfortable in their lives, their daily day, you know,
Right.
that way they can move on at least a little bit and process that pain instead of having to stress about other things. So that reward has to be great.
Yep. So a good word to your listeners and people who are watching this is never rush
Right.
in driving. Never. It's okay to get anywhere you want to get to a minute to 5 minutes late. It's okay, because accidents don't call you. You get involved in a split of a second, you could lose your life. So don't rush. You'll be okay being 5 minutes late. Trust me. There's nothing in the
gonna
world that 5 minutes could change.
Right.
So don't rush and get home safe anywhere you drive, especially the motorcyclist. I gotta tell
Yes.
you guys gotta be very careful nowadays with the text driving and with the cell phone use. You see a lot of
Absolutely.
cars
Just
wiggling
swerving in the
here and there.
lane. So
So
absolutely.
you can't do that. So thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for the
And-
amazing tour.
Hey, my
Finally
pleasure.
got to meet
Hope
the
to see you
team.
again. Yes, of course.
Hey, I just got to meet the team that's in the top 1% of the United States. I'm a pretty happy girl today.
I'm happy that you're here, and I want to thank your TV for having this interview with me.
Absolutely, and thank you for your words of wisdom. We're going to find out a little bit more about personal injury and what it entails, and all of those cases that you've fought and you've had come through this office. It has been so interesting, and I want to thank you again for all that wisdom you've
My
shared, the
pleasure.
information.
Thank
And
you.
I know that our viewers watching now, again, you can visit legaldefenders.com or call the very easy phone number 818-999-9999. All nines. We hope you have a wonderful day, and we will see you very soon. Thank you again, Mr.
Thank you
Yadidi.
very much.
Thank you.